So Mnakwethu Happily Ever After season 2 has finally come to an end. So at the moment, what Mzansi Magic is doing, they're giving us the reunion, and so far we have seen Gezani and Dulas's interviews. So first things first, let me introduce myself. Hi, I am Lungile. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. I would highly appreciate it. So yes, Dulas and Gezani. I don't like Gezani. I don't feel him, but that's none of his business. With regards to Dulas, I like Dulas, and I cannot tell anybody why I like Dulas. Maybe I'm being affected by whatever's in the bag. Apparently, he got this bag that he never puts down, and the ladies are blaming the bag as to why they can't leave him. So let me give a run through of Dulas' situation. Dulas was part of season 1 of Mnakwethu Happily Ever After. He is now part of season 2 of Mnakwethu Happily Ever After. Certain people on the socials have been calling for a Dulas reality show, and Mseleko and the production company, I think you guys are sleeping on a gold mine here. I know I would watch a Dulas reality show. We are a dysfunctional society, and we like Dulas's dysfunction. Give us more, okay? So just to run through his points, he came through and introduced to us his new lady girlfriend, Noctula, his lady in Johannesburg, because you know a man just can't be alone. Wherever he is in the country, he needs a woman there, it seems, according to Dulas. So yes, Noctula was the girl. She seemed to like him, whatever. And then we found out that the actual first wife had left him. Thank God, girl. Thank God. I'm so happy for you. So you were able to overcome whatever's in the bag, huh? So it is possible. All right. And Ulokazan, Umamhlanga, the one with the big mouth, the one who thought she's Queen Bee. She's still in the picture. She's still the girlfriend. And then Uma Shozi, the one introduced as the baby mama, she too is still in the picture. So after we met Noctula, nothing much was happening in Dulas's life, you know. He was building a house, apparently. He bought a new car. He was meeting up with his friends. Okay, live your life. That is fine. Drama started when he showed up, rocked up at Umamhlongo's house. That is not allowed because it's just a boyfriend. He has no right to rock up at another man's house for whatever reason pertaining to his daughter. Okay, so he should not have done that. Everybody was all over Mamhlongo Guti. How can you let Dulas come in? How can you, you know, the whole family was unhappy about that. Mamhlongo's aunt even spoke to Dulas about it. Mamhlongo, it seemed like she wants to be Dulas. It seemed she wanted to leave Dulas. It seemed she can't leave Dulas because of the bag. You know, so yeah, everybody is asking her, her friends, her family members, like, why are you still with Dulas? I want to know, why are you still with Dulas? None of my business, but anyways, why? She just does not seem to have an answer. So yeah, the show goes on. We meet Mashozi's family, her father and grandfather, and then it is revealed to us that Mashozi has been lobolad by Dulas. That Dulas paid damages for Mashozi because he impregnated her. They have a child together, and then he lobolad Mashozi. He's not done, you know. So Mashozi's father was like, when is that boy coming through to do all he needs to do? And that's where, oh, she's lobolad. And Dulas had a situation with both his ladies, Mamhlongo and Mashozi, and that's when the bomb was dropped on Mamhlongo that Mashozi has been lobolad. Now remember, Mamhlongo was first. He skipped her and went to lobola the next lady. the mess. So yeah, Umamhlongo was of course mad. Yeah, be mad. So that's the summary of the main points of Dulas' story in the season. And so now the reunion show, he is asked what's going on between you and Mamhlongo, the mess, okay? And Mamhlongo, I feel for her. I think she's embarrassed that she was first and she had so much to say about her relationship with Dulas, and Dulas wabugisa ngaye basically, and lobola this new lady and left her with just girlfriend status. So I feel for her. So Mamhlongo claims that she too has somebody else now on the side, because clearly whatever she got going on with Dulas is going nowhere. Anybody could have told you that whatever you have with Dulas is going nowhere. You know, Dulas claims it's because Mamhlongo is disrespectful, Mamhlongo doesn't listen, whatever that means, you know. And that is why he lobolad Mashozi, because I guess Mashozi listens, is obedient. And you can see the way these two interact with Dulas, you know. If any man is given an option of Mamhlongo or Mashozi, I think majority of the men would choose Mashozi. Mashozi has been acting wifely even way before Dulas lobolad her. Mashozi listens to Dulas. The man said, hide our baby from this woman. She did. The man said, don't tell this one that I've lobolad you. She didn't tell. Like, Mashozi clearly listens to Dulas, so that's clearly how she got lobolad. But it's a mess, even for her. Mashozi, I think she knows. I think she understands that she'll never be just one and only in Dulas's life. It seems Mashozi has made peace with it. So maybe they will work out, because she understands the monster that she has chosen to spend her life with. The next person that Selegu called to the couch during the reunion was Gezani. We didn't see much of him in this season, and I am happy about that. The little airtime he got was enough for me. So initially, it was him and Tapsile, and pretty much Tapsile came to the show to nicely and publicly dump Gezani. So she arranged lunch between herself, her mother, and her aunt, and then Gezani had to come through, of course. And in summary, her family is against the whole damn thing of Tapsile being wife number 2, and her family pretty much told her so, told Gezani as well. By the end of that luncheon, Tapsile dumped Gezani, told Gezani, apologies, we cannot proceed with this relationship. And the next couple of episodes that we saw Gezani, he was trying to get back together with Tapsile. Tapsile on her side stood her ground that she's not getting back with Gezani. She even had a discussion, a talk with her friends. What's up with your friends though, girl? Why were most of them saying you must stay with Gezani? There was one with a brain that is in sync with mine. She was like, no girl, no. But anyways, Utapsile stood her ground, and by the end of it all, Utapsile had not gotten back with Gezani. When we were approaching the end of the season, we then met Gezani's wife. Wife just had another baby, apparently a second baby for Gezani. I mean, Gezani, a new baby, you have a family. Could you not focus on your wife, focus on your child, just live your life and just let your wife be happy for a little bit? Especially now that Utapsile is out of the picture. Unfortunately, the way I feel about Mashozi is how I feel about Gezani's wife. I feel like she's not going to leave him. She's going to stay in that relationship, just the way she seems to have internalized these expectations of culture, like all that is expected from their relationship, like, oh, Gezani can't help it, he must take a second wife, and she understands. So that internalization bothers me so much, because then she's going to accept a lot of mistreatment from this whole situation, where she might, you know, like, if she wasn't internalizing it so much, she could speak up for herself at the very least. So anyways, I'm happy for Utapsile. Kuti Tapsile is choosing herself, is choosing to listen to her family. I'm happy that there are still young people that listen to their families. Gezani wasted no time at all moving on. By what was it, episode 12 or whatever, he's whipping out his phone and showing his friends the new one, the new Tapsi. He's replacing Tapsile, he's moving on. Ain't she pretty though? I mean, all of these girls are pretty. But oh, okay, new one is also pretty. So Gezani has a type, I would say young and virgin like. During the reunion, after some drama, Gezani and his wife are called to the couch, and the wife revealed that she tried to reach out to Tapsile because she has made peace with the fact that Gezani must have a second wife, and she likes Tapsile's temperament and that they are both calm, and she feels that they could get along together. For the end of their reunion episode, Uba Umselek calls in the new lady. And she's like, Gezani is my man. Oh, God. What could I possibly say I have learned about relationship from the Gezani situation, from the Dula situation, is that there's a type of person, like there's a type of woman for every type of relationship. Like, and these type of women don't all have to be the same. Like, Mashozi sort of is the type of woman for the doula situation, and Gezani's wife sort of is the type of woman for that situation. And mostly for them, it's the culture. It's so ingrained in them that a wife must accept this. A wife must support her man regardless of how bad and how terrible he is. A wife must listen. A wife must obey, because those two are not the same type of personality, but those two interact with this man in the same way. They listen, they obey, they are so obedient. Even though I would say Umashozi is more feisty compared to Gezani's wife, at least as how they are portrayed by Happily Ever After season 2. Use your man wisely. If you just not the temperament for that kind of mess, and you can see that this mess is just way too much for you, do yourself a favor and do what Utapsile did. Exit stage left, my darling. And as we have seen, this man will never have enough. This type of man will never have enough woman. Look how quickly Gezani has replaced Utapsile. We're not all that special to this type of man, So, and look at how many and how Dulas continues to acquire and collect women. We're not special, but there is that type of woman that will stay because she's just, I don't know, brainwashed by culture to stick with it. And this, what is the right word? Indoctrinated? What does that mean? There is, okay, I'll stick to brainwashed, guys. There is a brainwashing done by culture on this woman to even use the cultural element of it as a blanket. Whenever they are mad about the situation, they are sad about the situation, they reach back to the cultural element. Oh, well, he is from a polygamous relationship. Oh, it is our culture that men are like this, just because in the communities they grew up in, their socialization, culture, patriarchy turned them into this type of woman. So yeah, in this video I just wanted to talk about Dulas and Gezani because their stories are wrapped up now that Selegu has interviewed them in the reunion show. I'm looking forward to more of the reunion episodes. I might make videos about those as well. And I believe that is all I have for today's video. Once again, thank you for clicking on my video. Subscribe, and like this video. Thank you. Bye bye.